Hello, everybody. Welcome to Meade Fit and Lean. If you're new, please hit that like and subscribe button. Well, today is the first installment of Politics and Sweet Tea, where I just share my political opinions with everybody. Hope not to offend, but my name is Meade Skelton, and I have an opinion. So basically, I'm just sharing in this first installment what my political views are, my basic political ideology. Folks, I am a Christian nationalist. I believe that our country was founded on Christian principles, starting with the founding fathers, of course. There's a lot of debate about that, but even Thomas Jefferson, the so-called deist, had the Bible translated into 6 different languages at Monticello. So I leave that to you. George Washington was a Christian. There's a lot of evidence that Ben Franklin was a Christian. So I think they were Christians, and they believed the Bible was the basis for our laws and all of that. Of course, we are an extension of Great Britain. Our culture as Americans is basically British. In fact, I argue that we're more British than the British. We're the only people in the English-speaking language, in the English-speaking world, that still use phrases like gotten and other things like that. But if we get into linguistics, that's another subject for another day. But I do believe our culture, we are an extension of Great Britain, although we're the more superior. But our country was founded on Christian religious freedom. We escaped, of course, not all my ancestors were exactly Puritans. Some were had land grants from the king and all of that in Virginia and South Carolina, but they came early. I'm a descendant from the early settlers. By the way, I said settlers, not immigrants, because we are a nation of settlers, folks, okay? Because prior to 1776, there was no country to immigrate to, okay? So we are a nation of settlers founded on Christian principles, hence the term Christian nationalism. And so Christian nationalism, we're promoting a healthy society. We need traditional gender roles. We need strong families, strong, healthy families. The church is the foundation of communities. We also need to get rid of the transgender, the radical LGBTQ, and send them on their way back to the fire pits of hell. I also believe, of course, the basic, paleoconservative beliefs that, marriage is between a man and a woman. I can't believe that's even political. I mean, 20 years ago, even Democrats agreed on this. Abortion is murder, in all cases, rape, incest, whatever. It doesn't give you the right to kill an innocent child in the womb. Where they make money, on human child sacrifice, these abortions are paid for. Planned Parenthood makes tons of money sacrificing children to the god of Moloch, and it's just disgusting. It's the most disgusting, abhorrent practice in the world, and it happens here in the United States, and that's why it's a blight on our nation, as a Christian nation especially. But Satan tries to get his foot in wherever he can, and of course oligarch of other types of people too. So but I just believe that we are a Christian nation. I'm a Christian nationalist. That's a basic foundation of my political beliefs. I vote as a Christian first. I say, well, does this candidate align with biblical views? And believe it or not, folks, yes, I do believe Donald Trump is really more of a Christian than any other candidate I've seen so far. We don't want a Hindu in the White House. We don't want a Hindu. We don't want a Muslim. We need a Christian in the White House. We certainly don't want a lady president. I'll get to that later, but we don't need a lady president. That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump, because basically he's in line with my values. I think that Donald Trump is a flawed person, but aren't we all? Aren't we all flawed some sort of way? But Donald Trump is, God's. He was anointed by God to save America, and if we don't get Trump in the White House this year, goodbye. Sorry. And all these far right people, they're saying they're not voting for Trump just because he wore a yarmulke. We've known that Trump has been very pro buddy with Israel for several years. This is not new news, folks. I mean, we already knew this, and I'm not anti-Israel by any means either. I do believe it's very corrupt. Because but God will deal with Israel. It's not our job to come down. God will handle Israel. That's what I believe. So, especially Tel Aviv, which is a hotbed of, degeneracy. But I'm not concerned about Israel. I don't care if Trump, Trump is just, that's part of our agreement or something. I don't know. We get military secrets, I guess, from Israel. I don't want to give a whole bunch of money, but as long as we're not over there, I don't think I think it's fine. People are very distracted, but what we need to get back to, folks, is Christian values and instill that in our children and our youth, because colleges are not colleges anymore. They're indoctrination camps. And we need to take it back. We need to take back America. So thank you for watching my first installment of Politics of Sweet Tea, just sharing a little bit of my basic viewpoint with the world. I'm Meade Skelton, and I have an opinion. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.